Please give it up for our next comedian, Charlie Mesure!
It's a nice little nightstand. You know those little freaks would love EDM? Just swimming around, no hair in the ocean. What do dolphins do? Squeak? I don't know. Let's get to jokes. Anyway, yeah, so I love the energy here tonight. Those who do not do stand-up, this is a great opportunity to just practice just throwing whatever into the wind, and like what's the worst thing that is going to happen? There are literal crickets hanging around here. So if we could just kind of like bring the energy up, if all at once we just do one big clap. I won't, because I'm holding this microphone. So if we could all just do one big clap, really think of Andy, because we are here to support him. So just do that favor for me on 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm at one big clap, but close enough. Yeah, so I am a trans person. I've been practicing, I used to say that, and sometimes people would clap, and now they stopped, and I don't know how I feel about it. We've fallen so far. No, don't do it! Now it just feels like pity! Man, yeah, but I'm a trans person. No, we're not gonna do that. Halloween's coming up, so I've been practicing for my transphobia. I've been hiding in bushes, going boogly boogly boo when people walk by with their kids, which is great because I live across the street from a school, and I'm gonna leave that joke there. I'm not gonna continue that. But yeah, I had a hysterectomy fairly recently, July 22nd. You're welcome, everyone. I'm sterilized. And it was interesting because you get out of like your queer bubble, and then you're like, you have to interact with people who, not so familiar. So like my surgeon, not super familiar with that. She's like, listen, dude, I will take out your organs, but don't ask me about anything else. And I was like, all right, that's fair. And then I asked her, I was like, out of curiosity, and she was like kind of nervous. She was kind of fidgety. She's like, I don't know anything about hormones. Don't look me in the eyes like a scared dog in an animal shelter. And I was like, hey, curious question. When you take it out, can I keep it? You should have seen the look on her face. Her eyes lit up. She was like, yeah, we can, yeah. I don't see why not. And I was like, great, while we're here, when you take it out, can you hold it up near my unconscious face, like I fell asleep at a sleepover, and take a picture? She was like, yeah, no, we could even use the laparoscopic camera for the surgery. And then there was a fire in her eyes, and she was like, we gotta do a pelvic exam, get up on that table. Yeah, have you ever seen that video of the person stirring mac and cheese, and they go, that's what good pussy sounds like? I will not be any bluer than that, but she was feeling it. She was like, just put those legs in those stirrups. You are gonna take your uterus home, son. And I did, and it lives in a jar. On my table. So, I'm pretty excited about that. There are some perks to it. So if I'm ever lonely and sad, I can look at my table and be like, nice. Yeah. Let me see what other jokes I got here. Yeah, so speaking of queer stuff, not super close with my dad, which is cool. I would think that he'd be grateful after all of these years. Children survive past infancy. So I think I'm doing pretty well. I haven't died from like diphtheria or whatever. If I lived in Florida, that would be a different story probably. Rest in peace, Florida. But yeah, we're not very close. As I've been transitioning, I've been doing more dad. Did I mention I'm trans, by the way? Woo! You're getting it. All right, I'm back on board. A lot of stuff that men do, it's very performative. It's very like for example, I was at my car one day, had a bunch of chips, got for free, it's a whole thing, we're not gonna get into it. There was a dude bald, white, sunglasses, giant Jeep truck. And I was like, hey, person, do you want some? And I just realized I got the light, so I gotta keep this story short. Anyway, I was like, hey, do you want some of these? He was like, yeah, sure, I'll take it. Do you want some money? And I was like, no, it's okay, you can have it. He's like, I'm a boss. What do you do? I'm a boss. You ever need something? I'm a boss. What do you do? Hey, take my number down in case you ever need anything. You want money? And then he walked to his car. And then he didn't talk to me again. And then he was like, hey, come over here. And then he offered me his vape. And then I was stoned for the rest of the day. So that was pretty cool. Anyway, that is my time. If you need me in the meantime, I'm going to be having kids the traditional way. Inattentive parents at theme parks.